Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mr. 14, and I'm here doing a new review of Law and Order SVU, Special Victims Unit. Can you believe it? It is season 20, 20 seasons strong with the show. You could tell how popular and how great this show is. Because out of all the Law and Orders, it had the original Law and Order, had Law and Order Criminal Intent, now they had Law and Order SVU. Now, I don't know if the other ones are still showing, but I know I follow religiously with Law and Order SVU. That was my best one out of all the Law and Orders because it just captivating. I talk about a lot about the sex crimes and sexual assault and rape and child trafficking and all that stuff, and it's just a lot of issues that it just come about that is out in the world, and it's coming about with this. Like next episode, they're gonna talk about the ICE situation, about how the child got separated from the thing, and maybe some other stuff going on. But this season premiere was a really good one. I would say really good. It had you go open, it had you in your emotions, and it had you a lot of things that happen that is really need to be aware of. Even though it's fictional, even though it's made up stories, but it's usually reflecting of real life stories. But here we go. How I'm gonna do Law and Order is that instead of going by scene and talk about this, I'm just going to talk about the case in general and to get my input. I'm not gonna really go with the individual side stories that's happening in the season because it'll be a lot to talk about. This was a 2-hour premiere, so I'm gonna cut it down with the case itself and how I feel about that. Now, Law and Order, this case, this opening the thing was about rape, right? So we get this young boy named Sam Conway. Sam Conway is grew up in a household where masculinity is to the extreme. It is preached. It is dominated in the family household. So we have a family of a wife, father, and 2 boys. The father, John Conway, is really trying to teach his boys how to be a man. His definition of how to be a man is maybe construed by other people's definition of how to be a man, but every guy who has a son or daughter, everything, especially their sons, they have their own way and how to teach their kids how to be a man. Some might be more constructive, some might be more opening and appealing and warming, some might be more harsh and cruel. And if they don't get what they want and get what they way, then they start showing signs of how what can they do to make you feel like you're a man. So we get this thing where Sam was out hunting with his brother Brian and his father John. Now, it was a rabbit. It's hunting season. Some man, John Conway, is a military guy. So he knows how hunting it is, and he feel like hunting makes you a man. So you gotta hunt your prey, and you gotta be dominant. You can't show no fear. You can't be scared and everything. Show no sympathy. If you show sympathy, you show emotions, you cry and everything, you be considered a pussy. You consider a sissy, a girl, a faggot. This is like the things that it happens in a family household when you see that gender roles is to the extreme in values, masculinity, machoism. Masculinity is to the extreme when you see that guys cannot show no emotions. They can't cry. They can't be feared. They can't be scared. They gotta be tough. You got to like girls. You can't be a sissy. You can't be anything that they feel like you can't be a man. And that's what exactly how it is. A lot of sorry to say that how a lot of guys or females too raise their son that way, and that's how a lot of guys cannot express themselves clearly. So that's when they go out shooting people. That's how they go out murdering people, stuff like that, because they so bottle up emotions that people is not really giving them or helping them clear that emotion. And it usually start from childhood. So where everybody keeps saying that all these adults nothing in their childhood affected them, think again. Because usually, no matter how it is, the root of their problems, the root of their feelings, their anger, the issues usually stems from how they be brought up, whether it's acting within their own immediate family or another person in their family, a nuclear family. Now, go back to it. So it's basically a hunted thing. I told your drift as a man. So they was, as Sam had a hunting rifle, Brian and everything. Brian was trying to convince Sam to shoot this rabbit, Sam couldn't do it. He was focusing, he was crying, he couldn't do it. He was trying to do it, then he can't. So Brian said, you gotta do it, you do this, let me show you. All that stuff. So Brian shot the little rabbit and everything. And they said, Sam, can you finish it? So going to Sam finish it, he can't finish the rifle. He can't shoot it. He is like, it's tough for him. So he can't do it. He showed compassion. And as a man, you can't really show compassion. So the father said, it's okay. It's all right. He snapped the rabbit back. He said he showed compassion and he showed pussy and he's gonna do something like that, do something about that. So you could tell he's kind of disappointed with Sam. Now, flash forward, we get the principal called the school. No, called the detectives, the unit. Sam apparently is bleeding in his shorts in the behind side, bleeding. And he's telling them that he fell, which is like, that's impossible. You can't get bleeding like that and turn it from your shorts by falling. So something really happened, especially with this the show called Prospective Victim User. It's usually something happened with a sexual assault in a kind of way, and you could tell how things like happen with kids, especially boys. And this is what makes it interesting, is that sometimes when boys get sexual assaulted and rape, usually they have a hard time coming out and telling the truth or reporting it because they don't want to be ridiculed or be ashamed. They be called gay. They're going to be called a faggot. They be called, oh, you can't report this. You're not a man, whatever like that. Man not supposed to be reporting rape. Man can't get raped. That's all misconceptions that people have in the society. That man can't get raped. They can't be reporting rape. They report rape, they must have liked it. They is gay and stuff like that. So it's a lot of connotation why men don't come out and speak on a lot of things like that. So that's why I like that this episode showed that usually it shows a female, and sometimes it's not always a female. Sometimes men could get raped, and men could get raped. Discrimination, rape do not discriminate. It does not discriminate. It doesn't matter if you old or young. It doesn't matter if you male or female. It doesn't matter if you black or white or Asian, Caucasian, Latino. It doesn't matter if you heavy or fat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't discriminate. It goes by anybody. It doesn't matter if you gay, you straight, man, female. It doesn't matter. It doesn't discriminate. So especially when men who come, it's like that, and they detective investigating, they automatically say, oh, nothing happened, nothing happened, nobody did this to me, it's like that, I fell, I just something, give those excuses. Female does the same thing too when they give excuses that instead of facing or instead of revealing who actually really do it, they come and kind of cover up the way, because usually it might happen to somebody they know, and they want to come to terms with that, so they decided to lie and derail the investigation and cover up the person, cover up the perpetrator, because sometimes usually it's somebody they know, and they cannot wrap their minds of that their person they supposed to be their father, supposed to be their loved one, in this case, everything. So when he fell on stuff, so they took the hospital to investigate. The father was there, Brian, and the mother was there, and they was trying to get understanding of what's happening, and said, oh, it was okay, it was fine. And even Brian would say, oh, nothing happened, something like that. It's like a family who like to cover things and know things, but they want to cover things up. And they said, oh no, the brother was the same thing too. He said, oh, nothing happened, he fell, he'll be alright, let's go home. They try to rush to go home. And when the family got there, it was like, okay. So when Carisi went to talk to the boy, he was the same thing. He was trying to defend it. He said nothing happened, nothing, all that stuff like that. But he did say one thing. So if I'm referring to my notes, I just refer to the name. He said things like this needs to happen. So he was like, what does he mean by needs to happen? So like that, put in mind saying, what happened that needs to happen? So I was like, oh child, that's something. That's really going on. So he said it's nothing. It was talking. So they revealed to him that it was a sexual assault. Your son got raped, and when they find out, they say yes. It's they couldn't really find too much semen protocol. They said they found something, but it needs to be more collaborated with the story because the evidence could be evidence, but it needs to be more. And he does not want to reveal, omit that happened to them. So they later on went to a bar and they said they saw this kid at the bar, and he was to be there, and then he was with a guy, and the guy was talking to him. He didn't realize the guy was 15. And when he realized that, he said, "Oh, hell to the no, he couldn't do that." So took the boy to Uber. The boy was really crying. He was drinking. It's like that. When kids does that, it's usually something happens to them, and sometimes people might not know, or a family member might know. In this case right now, yeah, but I know what happened. Now, they were trying to get together, and all that stuff, and trying to protect. So the family, Lieutenant Benson and Carissa, I think somebody went to the parents' house to talk to the mother, because usually when you talk to the mother, sometimes they know things, and you do. Sometimes they want to say something, but they can't say something because of their spouse. And usually that just happens. The mother may know what's right and wrong. They may know things, but they don't say nothing because their spouse is there, and they try to keep quiet. And keep it quiet sometimes doesn't always work, because you keep it quiet, that child is growing up in an environment, household, when it's hostile, and you was known that as your child, you're supposed to protect them. Then they're gonna start resenting you because you haven't protected them. You didn't have to say anything, whatever. So it was revealed that, and it just kind of shut my heart, because I was like, who could have did this? It could have been the guy, it could have been Brian. So everybody think it was Brian because they was like, Brian and him had a fight at the school, and Brian was coming after him. He was being really aggressive, and they were talking about the hunting on stuff, and Brian was there. So they was thinking it was Brian that might do it, and they was questioning Brian. Said, Brian, did you touch your brother? He said, did you think I would touch my brother? I would never do that. So I love my brother, all that stuff like that. So he was the defensive like that. So when they talked to the mother said she heard, they got to her. He said, I can't believe as a mother you would protect your child or stuff like that. So usually mothers have compassion, so they know things and they see things. So she said one night she heard her son Sam whimpering and crying and stuff like that. And she didn't want to, she heard in the bedroom. Now, when she opened the door, she saw her son in the bed, and then she saw the guy putting his pants up and zipping it up. And they said, it's Brian. She said, no, my husband. I said, what? So the father raped and sexually molested his son. This is crazy. And now it's going to be tough to freaking prove it, because Brian is not saying who did it. Because I don't think he really knows, or he probably knows. He probably really don't know. But all he knows is that nothing is going on. His father's not the bad guy. His father loves them. His father did what was right. Sam is not really saying that because he tried to cover up, because maybe whatever happened is fear. They put a fear on this boy because a sexual trauma happened. The woman, the wife, the mother said her husband, the one, was zipping up his pants and like that. So it's obviously the husband, the father, molested his own child. And now she said she found the underwears in the thing. It was bloody in it. And he said, what was underwear? She said she had to wash them because John told her to wash the clothes. So basically getting rid of the freaking evidence. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is tough. Because now we have a family member sexually molesting their child, and then the family, especially the mother, knows, and they get no help. And now this boy need help, and he lashing out. And now it's fear that he can't go against his father. He don't want to destroy the family, because if he does that, he got to go against them, and they're going to be mad at him. And everything. So he thinking that. Now, it was a friend, a girlfriend that came to the thing, and was like, she said she felt that Sam called her. She was upset because they were supposed to meet together, and he canceled it. And he told her, he said, oh, somebody needs to tell me how to be a man. So I was like, oh, okay. It makes sense. Sam couldn't kill the rabbit in the hunting. So right there and deem him as a sissy, a punk, he show fear, he's crying on and stuff like that. So they had to teach him how to be a man. So to teach him how to be a man, the father decided that I need to get this sissy out of you. So I can't see you as a man. So I gotta make you as a man. So he sexually molested his biggest son, raping his son because he wanted to show him how to be a man. So it's like right then and there, once that happened when you're a child, all your innocence is taken away from you, and then your head get fucked up. So this kid is really stuck because he's like, he really stuck and like, this really happened to me. My own father raped me. My own father sexually molested me. He supposed to love me and everything, and he's always there, and he's tough, and he's a good dad, but at the same time, like, he trying to teach me how to be a man and stuff like that. I remember when I was 4 years old, he revealed it to the counselor that he was 4 years old. He did something when he's touching a toy in a socket. His father was upset about that, so he took him, put his pants down, and beat him and stuff like that. So it was like, it's always been a hostile environment. Now, all this came about, they charged and arrested John Conway for rape, sexual assault of your son. It was crazy. They was like, the father was like, before they arrested him, he came to the thing. They was questioning him, the father. They was questioning the son and the mother, and about things. And father came in. He said, "Don't worry about it. My son has revealed to me that he's gay." That's the stuff things they would do. They would try to cover up and say, "Oh, his son was gay. He was at the bar." He said how it happened because the son, Sam, was denying that his father did it. So if he couldn't do it with the father, then he revealed that, "Oh, I met a guy at a bar. I was drinking a lot, and I had sex with him, and everything. And it wasn't. I knew I was doing. It was kind of got a little rough, but that's it. But I had consensual sex." But I said, with 15, you can't consent to sex. It's like that. You in the underage limit. So no matter what, if you agree with it, it's not consenting. It's not consenting. Unless both parties consented, but it's not. It's considered rape. So you can't really consent like that. So that was that. So the father was playing that angle. So I guess that's the story they was making the son say. It's like, "Oh no, he said I was gay, so I went out and all started experiments. I had sex with a guy. That's what this. That's what happened. That's what I got, blood and bleeding and all that stuff." So it's not. It happened to me. I didn't get raped. I didn't get sexually molested. So it's like it had the notion that he can't get raped or he didn't do that. His father didn't do it and everything. He protected his father. His father's the one who perpetrated, who actually did this, but the fear of going against his father is more worse than actually facing the truth of his father actually molesting him. So the mother, the father, or something, it was the trial, the court case. It was a tough court case to battle because, first of all, the wife was trying to testify. He couldn't testify against the wife. No, he can't use the wife to testify against the husband because it's spousal privilege. So you can't do that unless she get charged. She could be a witness. At first, she couldn't do it because the judge said you can't do that. Then he said he was going to charge her because she willingly knowing what happened. So that's what she was able to testify. She did this, all that stuff. And it was tough to really go about proving because he was going to go to trial. He went to trial without any complaining witness, which is the son. The son was not testifying. He didn't want to say who did it and all that stuff. So it couldn't be a case. So the ADA Stone still went on the case by trying the case. And it's like so heartbreaking. And when it went on the trial, ADA was going hammering him, asking the story and that stuff. And it just broke down. The kid was at a breaking point. And it didn't go good because it didn't go in their favor. They found the father not guilty. So I said, "Oh, he can't be tried again on this. So he gonna get away." From that man on, I know it was a break in this kid. Because the kid knows the truth. The mother knows the truth. But he can't, he's in a hard rock place to say, do I admit this? Do I go out there and be ridiculed? Do I go out there be considered a gay? Do I go out there? It's no matter what this boy had. It's like that. Or he trying to say he can't be punkish, he can't be snitching on his father or something. He's trying to protect his father. His father was a guy, he can't lose that. So he's in a turmoil like that. So after all said is done, the boy is sitting down, laying down. He want to go to school. At first he went to go to school, and the mother said, "Oh, you okay? Cool." He was so crying because the boy knows the truth. It's like his father got away with it. His father got away of raping him, and now he had no control because he's stuck and everything. Since he's stuck and everything, he said, "You know what? I'm decided to go to school." Now I was like, "Oh, it's not gonna look good," because he was at the table. The father acted like it was everything's all good, everything was cool. The brother was all the mother knows for something. She sees it. And I was like, why did he have to take this boy to school? Because this boy, he was withdrawn, emotionally withdrawn. He couldn't not focus. He was all like that. When you see that, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Parents, when you see a kid shift behaviors, he was a good school, because it was like all the people were saying that this kid was good. He was good in school. He got good grade A's. He got all straight A's. He had no problem. He was in sports and like that. Everybody had a good thing to say about him. And then something happened and it just shifted. When you see a shifted in your child behavior and the stuff, you have to notice this. You got to pay attention to that. And stop being quiet, because when you be quiet, you don't help the child. It hurts them in the future. That's what this children, and I'm saying whatever the action is being wrong and stuff like that, go up shooting people, killing people, doing stuff like that, because they don't get the help. And usually sometimes, especially when the perpetrator in the house who sexually molested the child is their own parent, their own family member, oh yes, and people knew about it and not say nothing, it would destroy the child. So this is what happened. This kid was so short. He was did something thing. He was shaking on something. It was a sign showing, and they still sent the boy to school. So Brian's in baseball practice and stuff. The kid was walking down, and it's exactly it's like when a guy or something come out saying that he got raped and everything. Everybody look at the person, the boy, as they ashamed to look at him like he did something wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. He coming to justice. So everybody looking at him. And I guess they were looking at him because his facial expressions, like he was so like zoned out. He zoned out. So they were looking at him, and I guess they know about what the case. They were looking at someone who was disgusted and stuff, like he wanted it. Or it was crazy. They was looking at him. And her best friend seen the friend. She said, Sam, like that. And he was not showing. And then all of a sudden, his face was stone cold, and he had a bag in his hand. I said, oh no. I said, don't do this, don't play my emotions. He about to shoot the school up. And that's what he did. He went inside and started shooting, aiming at anybody. He killed 2 people. Some people got wounded. Also, that he left out, went to the baseball field. He was trying to shoot himself in the head. It's like this boy emotion distraught. All because his father got away with raping him, and he couldn't do nothing about that. And it was tough. It's like the case was lost, and he thought he was doing the right thing on that stuff. 88 stone his break, punishing himself because he realized that he messed up. He shouldn't have put the boy in the stand, and they would say it's okay because the boy needs to say what he had to say, but it didn't work out in his favor. So it was determined. So it was like now it's coming to the point is that they're trying to charge the kid Sam for murder as an adult and take him away to prison for life, and he don't need prison. This boy with a sexual trauma with his father, sexual traumatic experience, got raped by his own father, and he can't do nothing about that. He powerless. He felt helpless to it, so he can't do anything. And the only way he think is going easy way out. So Carissa talked him down of it and shoot himself. Got there. And come around and talk about 88 Stone had another angle. Now, the boy said, his father said he wondered why he bothered with you. It was a waste of time. I shouldn't even do none of that stuff. So it was like, oh, okay. So it's like 88 Stone head is like, he bothered. That means he bothered teaching his son how to be a man. And that way, it programmed this boy to thinking that he needs to prove himself to be a man at any means necessary. And that hunting was a lesson for him to be a man. Since he failed at that, he had to punish his boy. So he punished the boy by having sex with him, raping him. and trying to drill him that he should be a man. So I guess in this boy mind, for him to be a man, he just showed no fear and started shooting. So that's what he did at the school, and he know what he did was wrong and everything. But at that time, he just got a break. And the psychiatrist said that this boy with a classic scenario, raised in a household where masculinity is preached to the extreme. Like I said earlier in my video, that they can't be crying, they can't show no emotions, they can't show any fear, they can't be sissy, they can't be playing with girls' toys, they can't be faggots, they can't be gay, all that stuff. So all that stuff is putting in his boy mind. His boy mind says he's going ahead and he can't do that. You gotta beat him if he doesn't do anything right. And he showed him how to be a man. You gotta show this because John really revealed that his father did that to him. So he doing that to his kids and everything. And he keeps saying that he's a good father and stuff. So they charged a second time. They charged the father with this angle, criminal negligence, homicide. Basically, he directly failed to prevent the shooting of Dave because he didn't show the signs, or he didn't stop his son from shooting Dave, because the rifle and the stuff were both in his father's name and it was supposed to be locked up, but he know the combination, so he got the guns and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, hope they win this case. It's actually there, because when it shows that, it showed that the father was a extreme prick about masculinity and teaching the kids how to be a man and stuff like that. So 88 Day was gone. And what helped nail the bag was the kid. And the kid said he did a lot of things. He said, how did he feel? How did he growing up? He said, my father's good for him, but he does things to make it show him to be extreme masculine. So they went back to the hunting trip again, and how that happened, how do you feel, all that stuff, what your father reacted, all that stuff. And he explained all that thing, and then they asked him, what was in your mind when you went in that school and you shooting people? He said all he heard in his voice in his head, be a man, be a man, be a man. Because when he was at the hunting, they was telling him, you gotta be a man, you gotta shoot, you gotta be a man. This is to be a man. And he thinking that being a man is shooting and show no fear, and that's how his father was teaching him how to be a man, to show it. And since he couldn't do it, he wasted his time. So he did that. He said, are you happy now, father? Am I a man down? And the father was like, oh. So I was like, wow. And then they gave the testimonies. He said, oh, if you ever start going at the children, at the parents of the children, you got to start losing weight and all that stuff. I said, first of all, not a lot of people go after the parent or the childhood things when a child is showing these signs, because they trying to ignore that parents is involved. I said usually that's the root in the issue. If you don't tackle the root in the issues earlier, or don't get the child help, or don't get them counseling, or shooting them on the rug because you think everything's okay because you want to keep your family peace, then your child will get messed up. Now, shoot at the school was wrong, but at the same time, his mind was thinking he trying to prove himself to his father all this long ass time. He trying to prove himself. So doing that shooting, it was showed his father that he proved himself. And at the end of the day, they gave the father a not guilty verdict. I said, good, because the father is directly responsible, because they failed to prevent this. They failed to take the kids out the house, because in the father's eyes, he's good. He do whatever I said. I'm good. I got away with it. And F everything else. And shooting, as the father think, like, because the father came and saw him, he punched him. He said, what the hell you think you're doing? Shooting, all that stuff like that. But at the same time, he's trying to thinking that shooting, it was okay. Because that's how to be a man, right, John? I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this. This was a good opening Law and Order. This, like I said, this is how I go do my Law and Order reviews, because I never reviewed Law and Order. Now I got the YouTube platform. I said, you know what? Never do Law and Order. I'm just going to talk about the case itself, the ideas, the stuff, how it relates to real life, and my problems, and everything. And the side stories, it's not going to be really talked about. I'm just talking about the case and the issue itself. This time, the family dynamics of pathology, like I said, like Iana was talking about, it happens in the household. The father repeating the patterns that his father taught him to his kids, and then it's this break. And if you don't get this child help, it's not gonna help. So I was like, this kid is already in jail or something like that. So then the father go to jail. I said this boy needed help, and it just sucks that he went to go down like this. But just usually how it happens. You don't cater to your child. You treat your child messed up. You damage your child, and you wonder why their child's doing things. Hope y'all like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos as well. Like I said, I'm going to try to continue doing this Law and Order reviews. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed talking about this. And hopefully, y'all understand too. Please comment below what y'all think about it. Peace.